Tennessee at WUTKRadio.com and on your free TuneIn app.
Go right if you want to go home. Go left and you can't go wrong. Putting out the word, the 6 o'clock swerve. The 6 o'clock swerve is on. Go right if you want to go home. Go left and you can't go wrong. Putting out the word, the 6 o'clock swerve. The 6 o'clock swerve is on.
It's time to get your local swerve on Knoxville as The Rock presents the 6 o'clock swerve, a live 1-hour concert from Barley's in the Old City, Thursday nights at 6. Now let's head to Barley's and join your host, longtime Knoxville music writer and scene supporter Wayne Bledsoe.
6 o'clock swerve is on. The 6 o'clock swerve is on. Putting out the word, the 6 o'clock swerve. The 6 o'clock swerve is on. Putting out the word, the 6 o'clock swerve. The 6 o'clock swerve is on.
And welcome to the WTK 6 o'clock swerve. We're here live at Barley's, and it is a wonderful night to be out here where we're in. It's nice and warm, and there's good food and good drinks, and in a minute, some good music. Tonight's show, the whole thing here at Barley's tonight is actually a celebration of the birthday of my good friend who was doing the theme to the 6 o'clock swerve, Mr. Mick Harrison. Thank you. They'll be playing a full set later tonight, but he is going to do a new song tonight to open the show and then introduce the swerve guest for tonight, Mr. Phillip Coleman. Please welcome Mick Harrison.
Thank y'all. This is literally a pretty brand new song. I hadn't played in Knoxville yet, so sorry. I was stuck on the blacktop road, trying to find my way back. I got pushed so far from home, 11 deep in an 18-pack. I said all the wrong things, the kind of things you can't take back. Don't matter how many roads I run, don't matter how lost I always come, straight back to your door. Sometimes means I gotta get away. Part of me, I think sometimes you wouldn't mind if I stayed away. If I said the right things, would you come unlock the door? Don't matter how many roads I run, don't matter how lost I always come, straight back to your door. That would be a lead section. Don't matter how many roads I run, don't matter how lost I always come, straight back to your door. Yeah, that was it. New song. Recorded next year. Well, I hope. Anyway, I want my good friend, Mr. Phillip Coleman, just drove all the way from West Tennessee, and I know how long that takes. So really want to welcome him here tonight. Good friend, great song, one of the best songwriters I ever met. Also, I'm just going to go ahead and say it, nominated for a Grammy. The only other guy I know on the stage who did that is Wayne Bledsoe. So I got 2 Grammy people up here tonight. That's pretty awesome. And I'm gonna shut up, try not to cuss, and welcome you, Phillip Phillip Coleman.
Thank you, Greg. Y'all hear that? A little more volume on that, please. Thank y'all tonight. Thank you, Mick, for having me up here tonight. This is my first time to ever play in Knoxville. He says I'm gonna love it. I think we will love it. This is a song that's on a little CD that I made, and I'm gonna do a few of these and some you might have heard on country radio. So y'all just bear with me. Don't think angels won't leave you with a handful of feathers. Can't say that you've never seen the devil in a smile. You don't mind me saying so, hidden under that halo is something that you don't know, that she's known for a while. So how could you lose her if you never really caught her? It's like fishing for the moon, fishing for the moon in the water. Drive yourself crazy, wondering how you lost her. You're just fishing for the moon, fishing for the moon in the water. Alright. Maybe old Cupid could use a little practice. Didn't know it was the last kiss till she said goodbye. There will be days though, forgive me dark suntan. Funny thing about angels, they've been known to fly. So how could you lose her if you never really caught her? It's like fishing for the moon, fishing for the moon in the water. Drive yourself crazy, wondering how you lost her. It's like fishing for the moon, fishing for the moon in the water. You're just fishing for the moon. You're just fishing for the moon in the water. Well, I'm gonna try this one here. This is it's called That Girl's Awful. My baby's that old adage, dynamite in a small package, and there are days that fuse are shorter than others. She's Princess Charming, smile so disarming, and a right hook. Tell you she was raised with brothers. Yeah, that girl's awful. Awful. Pretty. Meet the queen of the subtle flirt. I've never not seen it work, and might I say she's perfect from practice. No makeup in a ball cap, hug me tighter than a bear trap. Cool as the breeze, sharp as a cactus. I tell you, she's awful. Awful. Pretty. Syndrome of the middle child. She runs just a little wild, and heaven knows I ain't hard to find. Says I'm fun and nothing more, the punishment I'm a glutton for, and I have to tell you, I really don't mind, 'cause that girl's awful.
You're listening to Phillip Coleman here on the WUTK 6 o'clock Swerve, live from Barley's. And I'd like to tell you that WUTK thanks the UT Athletic Department and the Lady Vols basketball program for their support, and we wish Coach Kelly Harper and the team good luck this season. The Lady Vols' next home game versus Kentucky is Sunday, January 7th at Thompson Bowling Arena at the Food City Center at 12 p.m. Student ticket requests are at bigorangetix.com or .utk.edu rather. That's tix.utk.edu. General public tickets are at allvols.com. And Volunteer Radio says, go Lady Vols, beat the Wildcats. Also, there's more than one way to listen to WTK. You can listen to us on the radio at 90.3 FM, but you can also stream us 3 different ways. You can visit WTKradio.com and click on the Listen Live button. You can download the free TuneIn app and search WTK. Or just tell your phone or smart speaker, listen to 90.3 The Rock. It's easy to catch all the great modern rock, hip-hop, local music, Americana, or WTK specialty shows like this one. However you listen, we appreciate the support. We're voted Knoxville's best radio station for 18 years in a row. We are Volunteer Radio. And let me tell you a little bit about Phillip Coleman. Phillip was born in Chihuahua, Mexico, where he was known as the bravest feral Chihuahua wrangler and trapper in the Americas. Phillip was particularly adept at capturing the feared razorback feral Chihuahua, known as the preferred guard dog and torture instrument of the Sinaloa drug cartel. Those who would run afoul of the cartel would be put in a shed filled with vicious Sinaloa feral razorback Chihuahuas who would gnaw off the fingers, toes, and noses of their victims. Phillip himself only has all 10 fingers and toes due to the miracle of modern medicine. It was, in fact, a run-in with a particularly vicious pack of razorback Chihuahuas that nearly cost him the use of his picking fingers, reducing him to the choice of Chihuahua wrangling or music. But if you listen close, you may hear references to his Chihuahua wrangling days in his lyrics. I'm glad that you made the second choice, Phillip.
I did. Those things were so mean, man. I had to give it up.
Yeah.
I couldn't do like this anymore. I know we're on the radio and people can't see that, but...
No, but they can imagine.
They can imagine.
Yeah, you know, I'm amazed that your fingers work as well as they do. Well, tell me, when did you start writing songs?
Well, in high school I wrote poetry and I wanted to be a songwriter, but I didn't know how to play guitar. And honestly, I didn't really pick up a guitar and get serious about playing guitar until I was like 26. And I moved to Nashville at 30 to try to be a songwriter. And luckily I got signed to a publishing deal, which I was there for 9 years. I got a few songs on the radio with some country acts. And
what are some of those songs?
I had a song called Cost of Living, which I'll do tonight, but I'm going to do it the way I wrote. Ronnie Dunn from Brooks and Dunn. I had a song with Miranda Lambert called All Kinds of Kinds.
Right.
I had a Kenny Chesney cut years ago that I'm going to try to do after a while some too. So I got lucky, had a few things happen, and still looking for something to happen again. Maybe lightning will strike again is what we're thinking is going to happen. Hope will happen. It's a new song.
So you moved back to West Tennessee from Nashville?
I moved back to West Tennessee 3 years ago to take care of my folks. On the farm I grew up on, they passed away in the last year or so, and I'm going to stay there, and it's fun. I'm just there writing songs there now and enjoying it for myself, not worrying about what people in Nashville think, because they quit worrying about me a long time ago, so I quit worrying about what they think anymore. So I'm writing for the enjoyment of it, and it's the pleasure of it's back again, and getting to do shows like this. It's just fun to get to do it, be out again.
Well, you have a recent album, right? How recent is this album?
The Loner's Harvest record, it's about 2 years old, I think. Scott Mulvihill and Ray Kennedy produced it, and they got together, a really good band for me to do that. It was kind of my going away present to myself when I left Nashville, because I'm like, I want to make a record that I would want to hear, songs I like.
Right.
And so I came off some money, because I knew I was selling the house, so I could afford to do such a thing. And I'm glad I did it. It was a fun project to do and to be a part of. And like I said, I had a killer band on that project, on that record. It's great, a bunch of great players on that record.
Cool. Right, some more?
I'm ready.
Please welcome again Phillip Coleman.
Well, this is a song I wrote from a memory back home when I was a young boy, and I was dating a girl that worked in the fireworks tent on Highway 51. And some years later, after I'd had a few songs on the radio, I was back home at a high school football game, and I ran into her. She said, "When are you gonna write a song about me?" I said, "Well, I never thought about that." So one day I thought about that, and I wrote this. This is called Fireworks. She sold bottle rockets on the side of the road. Every 4th of July she made the sky explode. That's where most of my nights were spent, feeling things time can't mend. That summer I played with more than matches, found out just how good it hurt. Our love went from flame to ashes, but that's how fire works. She had a kiss that burned like the sun, made me the envy of everyone. We were innocents uncaged, patience thinner than a Bible page. That summer I played with more than matches, found out just how good it hurt. Our love went from flame to ashes, but that's how fire works. Some memories can't be outgrown. I still smile when I look back on that summer I played with more than matches, found out just how good it hurt. Our love went from flame to ashes, that's how fire works. That's how fire works. Thank you. I'm going to try a song I haven't played in a long, long time. I just thought I'd try to break it out. It's called Best Thing. They say it happens when you least expect it. I turned around and there you stood. My first thought was protect it, but my heart said, no, this is good. And you will soon be the best thing that's ever happened to me. I could leave a footprint on the moon, polish the living gold, hit the lottery this afternoon, the whole motherload, and you can still be the best thing that's ever happened to me. I tell you how this happened, if I knew. Don't know what I did, I'm just glad I do. You touch. Every time I taste your kiss, plain to see, you're the best thing that's ever happened to me. Yeah, you're the best thing, very best thing. That's ever happened to me. I'll try this one. This, once you capo past about the 3rd fret, it throws it out of whack. But this, I'm almost capo all the way to the hole. That sounds. This is a song that Miranda Lambert recorded and put on the radio some years back. And you never know. I wrote this song with my buddy Don Henry, and that thing sat on the shelf for about 15 years before Miranda recorded it. And I was ever more surprised when it got recorded, and plus when the label called me and said we're going to put this on the radio, I'm like, never thought this song would ever see the light of day like this. But if you know this song, help me sing it, and there'll be no taking of selfies during the performances. That's a Miranda Lambert joke. All right. It's called All Kinds of Kinds. Elsa was an acrobat. Grew up and fell in love with that Horatio, the human cannonball. A wedding neath the big top tent, Barker's clowns and elephants, sideshow oddities and all. The dog-faced boy howled out with joy as the tattooed lady was crying. 'Cause ever since the beginning, to keep the world spinning, it takes all kinds of kinds. Thomas was a congressman with closets full of skeletons and dresses that he wore on Friday nights. Phyllis was a pharmacist, a dab without a pincers, concocted to suppress her appetite. When the children were fiddling, she'd slip on some rhythm and wait for Thomasina to arrive. Ever since the beginning, keep the world spinning, it takes all kinds of kinds, all kinds of kinds. When I play this old guitar, children shows the smoky bars, I take a break and think about the past. How I stood up in geometry and everybody stared at me. I tossed my test into the trash, and I scratched off my number while hitching out under that Bush League population sign. 'Cause ever since the beginning, to keep the world spinning, it takes all kinds of kinds. Help me out. All kinds of kinds. It takes all kinds of kinds. Thank you.
You're listening to Phillip Coleman here, live from Barley's in the Old City on the WUTK 6 o'clock Swerve. And I should tell you that The Rock is proud to be local music's longtime best friend, and we prove that Tuesday nights from 8 till 10 p.m. on the Locals Only show. WUTK is proud to announce a new addition to our Locals Only family as we present the show Local Honey, with the first show of the new year airing on Tuesday, January 2nd. Local Honey features the original music of female presenting musicians from the Knoxville music scene and is hosted by longtime local musician and supporter Becky Grace. Local Honey features an in-station performances, interviews, giveaways, and more with some of the most talented ladies that the East Tennessee music scene has to offer. Be sure to tune in to Local Honey Tuesday, January 2nd, when Maggie Tharp will be featured in hour 1, and Jordan Albright will be featured on the second hour. Find out more on the Local Honey Facebook page and at WUTKradio.com. And I should also tell you that you can join us every Thursday at 6 p.m. here at Barley's in the Old City for the 6 o'clock swerve, where you are tonight. Coming up next week, we'll have Tractorhead back together after a long, long absence. And we'll also announce the 2024 lineup for Wayne Stock, which will be held February 1st through 3rd at the Relics Variety Theater. Coming up on January 11th on the Swerve is Civil Strife. January 18th, the Grassroots Gringos. January 25th, Mercy Lights. And February 1st, we'll start off the month with Aaron Coburn. And Phillip?
That's the problem. I'm not sure.
Well, we're seeing if it's working or not. Is it sounding okay?
That was the problem I had. Low battery.
Low battery, good deal. Well, it we just kind of crackled out there toward the end of it. Tell me a little bit about what you learned as a songwriter when you moved to Nashville.
It's not what you know, it's who you know.
Right.
There's a lot of talented people there. You know, I used to get my kind of a tail in a twist about my songs not getting recorded, but you realize there's a lot of talented people there that you're competing against, and you got to write what's in your heart. And one thing I was told is don't chase the radio when I got there, and I didn't chase the radio, and I probably should have at certain times because it started getting further and further away from what I originally did. You know, if you love music like I do, and like I always said, I don't like the music business, but I always love music. Yeah. Well, that's the way it susses out there for that.
Well, that's one of the things about Knoxville is like nobody gets rich here, but people come out to hear music.
Ain't too many people get rich in Nashville anymore either. There's all the downloading and streaming thing, and that good, all that hubbub, and now I see, you know, when I see a video or something and it's got all these names on it, I'm like, how are y'all doing it? How does it take 6 people to write a song? What in the world, you know? That's just foreign to me, and that's one of the knocks on me. I write a lot by myself. I never did do a lot of co-writing because I just felt it was forced creativity.
Yeah.
And that was kind of a knock on me in Nashville because I just that thing of when you used to get on your report card as a kid does not work well with others. Kind of followed me into my adult life. Songwriting, I guess you'd say, but.
I mean, I have to say, a lot of Nashville music now seems like music by committee. It's like
it is shocking. I was up there a few weeks ago, and I went to my own publishing company, and honest to goodness, you know, they were envious of me that I'm not in that cesspool anymore. Yeah. That I'm back on the farm, and they're like, man, what'd I do? And I'm like, come see me, you know. And they're like, man, I might do it, you know. Because like I said, I get up every day with the dog wakes me up. I get up and go about my day. If I feel like writing a song, I do. And if I don't, I don't. A lot of my old friends are still there that I grew up with, and I'm glad I'm back home. You know, it's a good thing. It's far away from Knoxville. I miss getting up here that much because I love UT Vols, man. I love to see them. I love to see them.
Well,
my neighbor a few years ago, y'all remember a wide receiver named Javante Payton, number 3? He grew up across from me in a cul-de-sac in Nashville, and I threw football with that kid the time he was 11, and I told his mom, I said, that child's playing on Saturdays in hopes at Tennessee. It took him a while to get there, but it was awesome to watch him flourish at Tennessee like he did.
Good deal. You ready to play some more music? Y'all tuned up?
I will do some more music. Yeah.
Good deal. Please welcome again, Phillip Coleman.
Well, this is the song that Ronnie Dunn recorded after he and Kix Brooks went their separate way, and I got a phone call one day, said he's interested in it, but he didn't like the title, he didn't like the hook of the song, and I didn't like what he wanted to change it to, but I had never been more broke in my life. I had been that broke since I was probably 19, and so I said, well, man, you're the one that's got to sing it every night. And so you go right ahead and do your thing, and he did, and then a few years later, I get a phone call that said, "Hey, we've been nominated for a Grammy for this song." So I got to take my country butt to LA and walk the red carpet. I felt like I had a cornstalk growing out of my back, but it was an experience. I'll say that for it. But this song, he did it. It's called "Cost of Living." But I'm gonna do it the way I wrote it. I'm not changing it. I was looking for a job when I lost my publishing deal, and as people say, I had to go find a real job. And while filling out the job application, I was like, there's nowhere on here do they know what's really going on in your life. They just got this little bit of information to go on, and hopefully you'll get the job. I got the job, but when this song, first royalty check came up for this song, I quit that job. This is called The Application. Everything you know about me written on this page. The number you can reach me, my social and my age. Yes, I served in the Army, where I learned to shoot. 18 months in the desert, pulling sand out of my boots. Though I've never been convicted of a crime, I can start this job at any time. Well, I got a strong back, steel toes, rarely call in sick. A good truck, well, I don't know, I catch on real quick. I work weekends if I have to, nights and holidays. Give you 40 and then some, whatever it takes. You don't know that just by looking at the application. I put Robert down as a reference. He's known me all my life. We attend the same church. He introduced me to my wife. I gave my last job everything before it headed south. Took the shoes off of my children's feet, food out of their mouth. Yesterday my folks offered to help, but they're barely getting by themselves. Well, I got a strong back, steel toes, but rarely call in sick. A good truck, well, I don't know, I catch on real quick. I work weekends if I have to, nights and holidays. Give you 40 and then some, whatever it takes. But you don't know that just by looking at the application. Now, I'm sure 100 others have applied. Rumor has it you're only taking 5. Well, I got a strong back, steel toe, handy with a wrench. There's nothing I can't drive, nothing I can't fix. I work sun up to sundown, I ain't too proud to sweep the floor. The bank started calling and the wolves are at my door. But how could you know that just by looking at the application? All that from filling out paperwork. I filled out some paperwork the other day and I'm writing a new song called Bad Credit Risk. I knocked it out of tune here. See, y'all are new to that. I've been telling that joke for years, but y'all new to me. So, now I'm going to do a fairly new song here. like I said, I moved back home to the farm I grew up on, and one day I was driving a tractor to Martin, Tennessee, to the implement place, and I drove the back roads, and I went by a bunch of old farms that we used to work as a kid, and a bunch of ladies that no longer are with us, and I just started thinking, you don't hear them women, the names they had back then, you don't hear them anymore. I just started rhyming silly stuff with their names, and I got home and got the guitar, and I picked this out. This is called Once Loved a Girl. Once loved a girl named Jean. She liked to eat lima beans. Had a dog, is kind of mean. Once loved a girl named Once loved a girl named Corvette. She said I had the snore of death. Because of me, she got no rest. Once loved a girl named Cora. We could talk all night of who's at fault. It was none of mine, or so I thought. Once loved a girl named Dorothy. She had strength before me. One night she wiped the floor with me. In a good way. Once loved a girl named Dorothy. Once loved a girl named Rebecca Lynn. She was pretty as a speckled hen. When we danced, she kicked my shins. Once loved a girl named Rebecca. Not a one that did not make me smile. If it only was just for a while. Once loved a girl named Jessie Rose. She didn't mind my messy clothes. Loved her most, I guess she knows. Once loved a girl named Jessie Rose. This is a song, let me get it right. This is a song that was on the Kenny Chesney record, No Shoes, No Shirt, No Problem. I retitled that album, No Shoes, No Shirt, No Single, No Money. I really thought when we wrote this was going to be a radio hit, but they decided they didn't want to put it out. But anyhow, I'm going to do that for you tonight. It's called Never Gonna Feel Like That Again. Friday night butterflies, like clockwork they'd arrive. A little chill in an October sky, nerves till kickoff came. 4 quarters win or lose, spent Saturday black and blue. It was what I loved to do, it was more than just a game. It was my life and it was fun, another season of my life is done. Another race I'm glad I got to run, another chapter of my life. So no, I'm never gonna feel like that again. Time rushing by me like the wind. Never be as young as I was then. No, I'm never gonna feel like that again. feet in a white sock. Daddy let me borrow the dog, said don't bring her home on empty. I swung by, picked up Mary Lou, made it to the prom for a dance or two. Then we drove down to the Water Blue, that's where she kissed me. It was my life and it was fun. Another season of my life is done. Another race I'm glad I got to run. Another chapter of my life that's over. No, I'm never gonna feel like that again. Time rushing by me like the wind. Never be as young as I was then. No, I'm never gonna feel like that again. Got a call one July day. Mary Lou was in that way. I had a big decision to make and I couldn't take it lightly. First I thought of leaving town, but couldn't let our family down. Now I'm out here throwing this ball around with a boy that looks just like me. Well, it's my life, it's sure fun. Another season of my life's begun. Another race I'm glad I get to run. Another chapter of my life I'm writing. No, I'm never gonna feel like this again. Time rushing by me like the wind. Gotta grab each moment that I can, 'cause I'm never gonna feel like this again. No, I'm never gonna feel like this again.
You're listening to Phillip Coleman. Yeah, we're going to do the weather now. You're listening to Phillip Coleman here on the WTK 6 o'clock swerve. And Philip's never been on here before, so the weather's going to be new to him. Just play whatever you want. Just a little bit louder, we'll get it. It's 40 degrees with mostly cloudy skies. Overnight, cloudy with a low of 32. On Friday, cloudy with a high of 41 and a low of 35. On Saturday, cloudy with a high of 42 and a low of 33. And on Sunday, partly cloudy with a high of 50 and a low of 33. And on Monday, a 40% chance of rain with a high of 43 and a low of 33. And on Tuesday, sunny with a high of 42 and a low of 28. And that's the 5-day forecast. That was fun. Did a great job. Before we have you play another song, I have a stock question I didn't ask you. You've never been on here before. What's the first piece of music that had a deep effect on you?
That's a hard one, man.
That's why I asked it.
Well, man, I got my inspiration mainly from songwriters in Nashville. Like a lot of stuff on the radio was really great, but like Mac McAnally was a huge influence.
Right.
Kevin Welch, Mary Chapin Carpenter, John Hyatt, people like that. And when I got to town, everybody was like, "You're a little different. You're a country boy, but you're seeing kind of left center stuff," which that kind of got me in the door. I think that did, and opened a lot of avenues for me. But I'm trying to think. Golly, one song.
When you were a little kid.
When I was a little kid, I was a rock and roll kid when I was a little kid. I didn't like country music at all. I thought it was horrible. And I didn't get it.
Yeah.
And until I went to Nashville and I heard these songwriters, and it was just a storytelling thing there. And the one thing about it, I tell a lot of stories and songs, and that's just something you don't hear on country radio anymore. You don't hear stories. The last song I heard, and I don't really know the Lainey Wilson and Hardy, the Stay in the Truck song.
Right.
Y'all know that? That's the first story song I've heard on country radio in a long, long time, and I was glad to hear it. But I thought that maybe that's going to be a change of things. Maybe things will come back around to that, and I really was hoping they would, but I don't really listen to a lot of it anymore. Like I said, I quit concerning myself with Nashville a long time ago, because it quit concerning itself with me, so that's just why.
Yeah, well, Nashville has changed a whole lot.
It has. But you know, I've had a few young guys that were coming up that were asking me a bunch of advice and stuff, and I couldn't help them out a whole lot. I just told them who to stay away from and who to kind of gravitate toward. And a guy that helped me, I had a lawn mowing service in Nashville, and the kid that ran a weed eater for me for a year or two just had a #1 country song, and I was so proud of him. And because he was asking me to help, I said, look, I'm done with it, but here, you're good. You're good enough to do this. So I gave him some advice. You know, just stick with it and work hard at it. And like I said, he just had a #1, and I was very thrilled for him.
Cool.
That he wrote. Yeah.
Good deal. Well, before we play another one, I'd like to let everybody know how much we appreciate Big Al Braden for making it sound so good here in the hall. And Chaz Morris for making it sound good over the air. Along with the folks back at WUTK who are helping dial it in too. You ready to play some more, Phillip? We got about 10 minutes.
I think I am.
Please welcome one more time, Phillip Coleman.
Hey, can I have a little more guitar to monitor? Al, please. I can hear the guitar for a little more. Or whoever run that. Well, I'm going to try out another new song on y'all tonight, if that's okay. Something I wrote here just not terribly long ago, but like I said, when I moved back home, and you know, when I left town and you're out somewhere and you see somebody from, or you'll see somebody in a crowd that looks like somebody from back home, and it takes you back to a memory you made with that person, or you'll hear something or smell something that brings back a memory of home, and you automatically go back there. And I guess I was kind of full of myself when I left the farm and went to Nashville and thought, well, I'm done with the small town. I'll never go back to that. And one day I got out to a little restaurant there in Troy, Tennessee, where I went to high school, and the sawmill smell hit me, and that brought back a memory of a lot of things. So I thought this is a catapult to write this song. This is called "Thought You Were Gone." You grew up in a sawmill town, sawdust in your lungs. You always talked of getting out, even when we were young. So you traded in a fence post road for 6 lanes of noise and traffic lights. That policeman's whistle reminds you the home team kicks off this Friday night. You can smell the popcorn popping, sponsored by the FFA. And you bowed your head when the prayer was said, and you stood when the anthem played. You remember every word to that old high school fight song. Yeah, you just thought you were gone. And the way that took your order reminds you of a young Becky McGuire. How you walked a little taller, she was your date to the bonfire. And that with a black eye remind you of that very night. Found out Becky had a boyfriend. They found out you couldn't fight. You can hear the bonfire crackling, watch the embers join the stars. Now you laughed a little louder, each passing of the mason jar. If you figured out of sight, out of mind, you couldn't have been more wrong. Yeah, you just thought you were gone. You can't put it all behind you, but those memories are strong. Yeah, you can smell the popcorn top, sponsored by the FFA. And you bowed your head when the prayer was said, and you stood when the anthem played. You remember every word to that old high school fight song. Yeah, you just thought you'd gone. Mick, it's your birthday.
Oh no.
Happy birthday. I can't remember if this is the key of this song. I can't hold. Give me just a.
Take your time.
I'm gonna take my time. Can I have some more guitar in the monitor? I can hardly hear my guitar up here. I can't find the key to this song.
Don't worry about it. You're on the radio. You can do whatever you want.
Got my education back 40 in old John D. Soon as my foot touched the clutch, Daddy had me chained to gear. Mama was a true believer. She knew how to pray for rain, and we never wanted for nothing, no matter our yield of grain. Wipe your feet and close the door behind us. You weren't raised in a barn. Yeah, these are the things that you learn on the farm. Never judge a day by the weather. Know who your neighbors are. Iced tea so much better, sun brewed in a mason jar. Always build your fences, boards high, pig tight, bull strong, and do it right the first time. Boy, you can't go wrong. Dog can keep you warm at night. A rooster makes a good alarm. Yeah, these are the things that you learn on the farm. That gravel road turned to blacktop, put you on a city street where you stand out like a green throw with red wings on your feet. Your yes sirs and no ma'ams may sound funny to some, but there ain't no shame in where you come from. Don't wear your hat at the table, make sure the hay's stacked. Find everything you need for life in the Bible and the almanac. And girls like boys in flannel, sneaking up in old hay lofts, where you learn about the birds and bees and how not to get caught. A long hard day working will never do you any harm. Yeah, these are the things that you learn on the farm. Yeah, these are the things that I learned on the farm. Thank you, Knoxville. Thank you for having me tonight. I appreciate the whole one. Thank you, Swerve. Thank you, man.
Cheer it again for Phillip Coleman. Phillip, where can people find your music?
PhillipColemanmusic.com. I'm on all the streaming services. I got a few CDs over here, CDs and Phillip Coleman action figures. Sorry about that, but a few CDs over here, but PhillipColeman.com music. Thank you so much.
Do you have any shows coming up?
Not in the near future.
All righty.
Right now.
Well, it's great to have you on.
Thanks for having me.
And if you're listening over the air or online, please stick around, because coming up next on WTK Radio is Out Loud Knox, WTK's LGBTQ plus radio show, which airs from 6 until 7. And if you're sticking around here with us at Barley's, we're going to have Matt Woods and Mick Harrison in the high score. It's going to be a great night. Thanks for coming out.